My name is Obi Emelonye. I am a Nollywood film director, and some of my credits include films like Last Flight Abuja, The Mirror Boy, That Will Be Done, and more recently, Oxford Gardens. I don't really like talking about myself, but I'd rather have other people talk about me. And I am who I am, and it's not a perception, it is who I am for real. So trying to describe myself is a very uncomfortable exercise for me. But I would say that I would describe myself with the following words: driven, intelligent, and focused. I think the biggest lesson to learn as a filmmaker or somebody working in the entertainment industry is that you have to be a doer, not a talker. There are several people, some of my friends in the UK who I spoke to in the late 90s about film projects that I was working on and the ones that they were working on. And all of them are still in the making up till this minute because they are talkers. And when they hear about me or they talk about me to people that they know, the people will say, sorry, you don't know this person. Why? Not because I'm smarter or better, it's because I'm a doer. I go out there, get my hands dirty, put myself up there to be shot at by the critics, and it takes a lot of guts to do that. And that's what I advise anybody who has any interest in this industry is to do. By doing, you learn. What they don't teach you in film school, you learn in one project. I think it's passion. Passion bordering on becoming a calling. You don't think about the financials anymore. You leave that to the accountants. You don't think about the fame anymore because it wasn't originally in the plan. You just focus on working, focus on doing something, focus on having fun. And once you do that, you find that all the other things, it's like seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of these shall be added unto you. You seek the passion for the work and you work hard and you find that all the other things would as a matter of natural logic, follow you. That has been my mantra, to keep my eye on the ball, to improve myself with each production, to aim higher, and leave the rest to God. And I think it's worked so far. I don't make films. Some people think that I make films with the intention of just winning awards. I wish I would do that. I have a broad view of filmmaking, especially cinema filmmaking. And it's when you tick some of those boxes that you get nominated in awards that you stand a chance to win those awards. So, passion, 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 passion. A lot of people, especially from the outside of Nollywood, would think that our problem is piracy. But I would shock them and say piracy is a very small, minuscule problem for the industry. That what we're suffering from, the biggest drawback that the industry has is lack of structure. Structure in even production, structure particularly in distribution. If we can sort out distribution, then we can be like China, a self-contained, self-sustaining film industry that does not rely on anything outside but itself. 180 million people, if 1% of that number buys a DVD for argument's sake, talking about millions. If 0.5% of that goes see a film in the cinema, you break box office records. So it is a game of numbers, and we are not exploiting our numbers because there are no processes, no definite structures. And that's what I believe the Afrinolly is trying to do. I've been part of the Afrinolly family a long while. I'm a judge on the Afrinolly short film competition, and I really admire the vision that they have for helping put down structures, helping put down what is called a pipeline for the industry. So that when those pipelines exist, you find that you make your film, you see a process for the money to come back. Right now, people like us and the cinema filmmakers, I would call them, are going out on a limb, trying to make films that cannot be sustained financially by the structures that exist in the industry right now. So we're taking a risk. Some of us are having our fingers burnt, but we'll continue to take that risk and hope that sometime along the line, very soon, before we fag out, that something is going to happen to set down structures that would mean that these investments that we make would have a good chance of reasonable returns. My advice to upcoming directors is to have a vision, you know, and I would say model yourself after somebody, especially at the beginning. Michael Jackson had to dance like James Brown before he became Michael Jackson. Now people are dancing like Michael Jackson. You have to see somebody as an inspiration. You might not be that person, but you draw from that person's experience, from their artistry, from their craft to make your own. So find somebody, look up to that person, work hard, do something. Don't just die with ideas. Have the ideas, play with them, record something on your camera phone, which is great these days, edit it on some free software, work with creating stuff, learn every aspect of the production, because you cannot be a good director unless you understand editing, can edit. You cannot be a good director except you understand acting, can act. You cannot be a good director except you understand cinematography, lighting, stage production management, everything. You have to be an all-rounder so that you can sit on top of these departments and fuse them artistically into one that becomes the film.
Thousands of movies and more added every day. Welcome to Africa's Movie Marketplace, only on Afrinolly. Let the watching begin.